Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we are building a Nascar, or a stock car, or whatever you want to call it. This should be a fairly simple build. I'm not expecting anything too complicated or too many problems to arise. I really feel like this is just going to be a quicker build. It's just something that I kind of wanted to do. I haven't seen anybody else put one of these together, so I kind of figured, hey, we'll give it a shot here. So I've already started. I put together parts of the cockpit here. I've made it look like there's a roll cage actually in it. I kind of, as far as the outside, it's not going to be really complicated or anything, but I at least want to put as much detail on the inside as possible. So I'm kind of looking for one of those, the little touches that you'll, kind of see. So we're gonna try to fit as much detail in it as possible. So let's see. The only thing that I might run into an issue with is the front suspension. I'm not sure. It's going to be a lot of suspension to fit into a little area. So alright, I've been looking, I've got a couple pictures pulled up of cockpits, and I have a little bit of it's nothing too busy in here. I'm just going to have a button. I want to have a button that's going to pop the trunk, or they call it a deck lid, and I want to be able to pop the hood up. So let's get us a button here, and I want something that looks like maybe a gear shift. Maybe that. Let's see. Alright. Maybe the button will go up here, and we'll put the gear shift right by the, let's make it go down a little bit. The only thing I'm a little concerned with what I'm seeing here, the Scrap Mechanic character set's really high, so I'm going to have to check the clearance here in a minute. Another thing I need to figure out is how exactly, the back suspension's not going to be very hard, but the front suspension's going to be kind of tricky. Let's see. Let's go ahead and close the cockpit off. Is that? Oh, that's uneven, isn't it? Okay, well, let's redo this. Can't have an uneven stock car. I'm going to try to get this as close as possible. Another concern I have, I've made this complaint before, is we don't have enough wheels in Scrap Mechanic. So I have a feeling this is going to look a little bit awkward. I know I can't use the off-road wheel, but even the other wheel, it's a little small if you ask me. And just kind of the scale I'm going to have to do the rest of this it might look a little weird. I'm not sure. Then, of course, I'm popping out the top here, too. I really don't want to make the top of this any bit taller, so maybe we could dig the seat down. Maybe I can just build it into the floorboard here. I think this is, I've done this before with another vehicle that I had similar issues where I didn't want to build the roof that tall on it, so I'm going to actually kind of place the seat down into the floorboard here. Alright, we're working on the front suspension right now. Actually, let's see. No, actually, gotta figure out I'm on the back, ain't I? Okay, no, I'm on the back suspension. Okay, let's place these out. The back suspension's a really easy design. Just gonna use the basic shocks, bearings, kind of what I normally do. God, that tire looks small. It's gonna be an issue. The front, which is gonna be interesting. I'm not really sure exactly how I'm gonna wind up doing that. Also, if you see my sprint car in the background, if you'd like to check that video out, that's a couple episodes ago. That was a pretty fun build. Let's see. Also, if you see me using these different textures here, I'm just trying to give the car like a little bit more distinct look. I already know the car is going to probably look a little boring, so I figured, we might as well just place some different colored blocks or different textures. So I'm going to do like the roof. Have it in the caution block. I've got like the side skirts going to be in this. I call it a caution block, and that is uneven, isn't it? Huh. Man, the wheel well looks correct as far as the scale of the pictures I'm seeing, but it's the scale of Scrap Mechanics wheel is what I'm having a problem with. I think next week they're actually going to be releasing an update with a little bit more tools or maybe some new blocks. Maybe we'll get another set of wheels because this is really starting to bug me. It's gonna have to look like that. Well, actually, I might go in there and lower the wheel well a little bit, but it's quite strange. Anyways, we'll move on. I need to do the engine and the front suspension next, so we'll go on and do that. Let's see. That looks good. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. I'm going to make a engine compartment, and I need to make the front suspension, and that's going to be a little trickier. There's not a lot of room in here, and I've got to make it to where it turns, and also the wheels are going to have to clear the body, and there's going to be a lot of tricks here. Luckily, from what I see, the stock cars don't turn very good, so I have a feeling I'm going to be kind of hitting the body a little bit, so my car might not turn very well either. So let's see. Let's go ahead and kind of make an outline at the front here. The back looks pretty cool. I mean, the body itself looks cool. The wheels look real, like, small and dinky, if that's even a word. Let's see. Ooh. Let's go ahead and just give this a little bit more shape here, and then we'll kind of round it off to the front. I'm using some modded blocks here. There's some curved blocks that I'm going to use for the front. I'll point them out here in a second. Let me go ahead and just finish this front piece up. Let's go ahead and go. I think that's going to be. I'm trying to figure, is that going to be long enough in the front? I believe it is. I guess once I put the front block on here. Let's see. This is what I'm talking about, these curved blocks that I'm using. Something somebody on Reddit had, and they're pretty cool looking. I used them in the last video. The only complaint I have is it looks like the texture is really kind of low res on them. And, like, they don't look the same as the other like wood textures and the metal texture. I'm not really sure what it is, but yeah, you can see there's definitely a difference there. Okay. I think for headlights, I'm going to use these tile blocks. I mean, I could use the actual lights, but the stock cars themselves don't. I mean, they use stickers for lights, so I kind of figured I'm not going to actually use the lights that glow, so. And for a grill, I think maybe I can use the metal block. Maybe somewhere here in the middle. Let's grab the metal block here. And there we go. Something like, let's cut maybe the middle piece out. Don't want it really long. Maybe something like that. And we'll just do like a front bumper here. It looks cool, but it looks really. That's the one thing that bothers me. Every time I build something in Scrap Mechanic, when I look at the outside, I want to like see a bunch of shapes and stuff, and that's really not. Like, a stock car is a fairly plain looking car. I mean, it looks just like kind of like a street car. So I guess maybe where I need to do most of my detail, I need to make the engine as detailed as possible, and maybe the interior's pretty. I would say pretty good. And then also in the deck lid, there's a fuel cell and there's like some hoses back there. So we'll try to make that actually look right. So I'm trying to think here. That's where I'm gonna put the hood, and then we'll move on to the other pieces. So okay, I did some readjusting. I've got the front suspension in. It actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. So I'm probably going to skip it in the video. Right now I'm actually building a motor. Now, here's the trick to this motor. I've hidden the actual motor under it. Scrap Mechanics motors just looks like a little weak generator or something. So I've actually hidden it under the block. I want it to actually look, like a legit motor in here. So I think also I can use this, and I can get like a almost like a radiator. They have a radiator that sits in the front here. That sits, no, the hood won't be able to close. Maybe I can dig it down into here, and it should hide it. There we go. Also, let's see, maybe we can get something that looks like the radiator's actually connected. Maybe some of these hoses. We'll just grab some things here and see what we can put in. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that. Let's just grab some more pieces here. We'll find something to throw in here. Thinking maybe that was too big. How about this? There we go. That looks pretty cool. And I don't know, let's just throw a couple more down in here. Just kind of make it look like it's actually all connected and good to go. That looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and add a couple more. Let's add these curved pipe ends. Yeah, I would say that's pretty awesome actually. Let's go ahead and get a controller in here. We're gonna just stick it in the back. I'm gonna need something to where the hood closes, opens and closes, and the deck lid opens and closes. Also, I'm a little confused. Man, I wish I had the paint tool, because that would be awesome to be able to paint this thing, but maybe I'll just stick some signs on it or something, make it look like it has some sponsors, because it's about the only thing I can think of doing with the outside, and it looks really plain. Let me replace this deck lid texture with the caution. At least make it look like it's got a little bit of a design here, so let's go ahead and delete that. Delete that. I've already stuck the bearing back here. So maybe something like this. Let's connect the end pieces. And we'll put the back spoiler back on. Grab that. This is also a modded piece. You can tell by the texture not looking quite as sharp as the other caution or the stripe texture. That looks cool. Yeah, we'll open all this up, set the controller, and then I need to put like a fuel tank in the back and kind of make it look a little bit more busy. Also, let's go ahead and connect the back wheels. NASCARs are rear wheel drive cars, so. All right, I looked at some more pictures. We're gonna build a fuel cell back here, and it looks like it's got like a pickup on the left side that goes out and where you can fuel the car. So I picked some pipe. Actually, all these pipes are way too big. Let's grab, I guess we'll just use the normal pipe that we use. Well, that I use a lot of. Make it come out the side, and let's make it follow all the way. I have a little opening here. And then we really should almost be done. Like I said, this is not going to be a complicated build. It's fairly simple. Just something I wanted to put together. A little small build. I've got another really big build planned. It's going to actually, I think I have it in the same area. It's off screen somewhere, so I'm building a tow truck. It's going to be actually fairly massive, so I'm looking forward to that. But I wanted to get kind of a quick build out of the way. It's also, I'm going to correct this hood. I think the curved piece would look better at the end of the hood here. So maybe something like that. Alright, I think we're ready to go here. Another thing I wanted to mention as we look at the engine here, if I sound a little out of it today, I've been kind of sick, so, sorry about the me sounding a little just boring and really tired. But I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. Like I said, it wasn't going to be a very complicated build, just something I wanted to throw together and, test out. Let's go ahead and get in the cockpit here and take a look around the area. I mean, it looks cool. It's got its button here, it's a gear shifter, controller sitting in the back. These interiors never look really busy anyways. Let's go ahead and just take off here and see what kind of speed we get out of it. Well, it doesn't turn very good, but that's kind of expected with how much clearance we have on the wheels. But hey, stock cars don't turn very good anyway, so it kind of matches the real life car. This dirt texture, this dirt's just really rough. I did created a concrete patch out here. We can just run up and down. Eventually, I do want to morph this area into like a motorsports complex. So I kind of started on a concrete patch out here for maybe an oval track and a pavement one. You can see my dirt track to the right here, and oh yeah, it drives so much better on pavement. So yeah, we'll definitely have to build a big oval track. Also, I'd like to eventually build a road course. I just kind of want to, any like race cars that I build, I want to bring them out here, and this is the world I want to put them in. And we're going to flip over here. Well, you can see where I hit the motor. But yeah, that's going to about wrap it up. This was going to be a really plain build. I've got a bigger build plan for the weekend. I've got a big tow truck I'm doing, so that's the plan moving forward. I really wanted to get a video out for you guys. Thanks for the support. The channel's been growing at a really fast pace. I mean, it's been unbelievable. So I really felt like I needed to put, even though I really wasn't feeling that good, I felt like I needed to put some sort of video together for you. So yeah, this is it. Like I said, another thing. I know a lot of people might make the comparison of like the way the stock cars look like now. A lot of the pictures I've been looking at have been like older stock cars, like late 90s, Dale Earnhardt type stock cars. So if you're kind of asking about the shape, and wow, it flips over real easy. But anyways, all right, well, that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. If you like the video, subscribe. Everything helps. It helps tremendously. I love looking at comments, so comment below. Tell me what I should be doing next. Give me suggestions, anything. I mean, it's just, I love hearing from you guys. So that's going to about do it, and we will definitely see you guys next time. Remember, another episode here in just a couple of days. See ya.